I know I can't be the only one who feels like there's so much on my plate and not enough hours in the day to accomplish it all. And ladies, I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Between the kids, cooking, cleaning, jobs, businesses, car maintenance, bills, etc., it can be hard to catch a break sometimes. And I'm in a season, as I'm sure we all are, where the Lord is calling me to more. But I'm like, how am I going to take on more when I already feel like I'm managing so much now? And so today, I'm going to show you the solution that the Lord revealed to me in this first video of a new series on this channel called Proverbs 31. Oh, and by the way, hey y'all, welcome to the Chosen Crowns YouTube channel. My name is Denise, and on this channel, I teach you how to apply the Word of God to every area of life. So, when you read about the woman in Proverbs 31, this lady had it going on. I mean, seriously, she was a wife, mom, seamstress, merchant, realtor, farmer, businesswoman, manufacturer, and upholster. Yet, she still managed to find time to give to the poor and make breakfast for her household. Now, I don't know what kind of supernatural strength this lady had, but if I'm honest, some days it's an accomplishment just for me to get dinner on the table. But one day, as I was reading this text, something stood out to me. She had help. Proverbs 31:15 says, "She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household and plan the day's work for her servant girls." The woman in Proverbs 31 had the help of her servants. She was not doing everything on her own. And because she had help, that meant she had more time to do all the many things we admire about her. In fact, it was common during those times for extra help to be utilized, and over time we have gotten away from that, especially here in America. You know, our culture feeds us this lie as women that we have to be independent and accomplish everything in our own strength and effort. But this is not the way we were designed. Ladies, we were not designed to do it all on our own, and doing so has resulted in many of us feeling burnt out. So today, I am here to show you 4 things that I am outsourcing this year to inspire you to examine your own life to see if there are any areas you could be outsourcing also. And don't worry, some of these things are inexpensive, right in your household, and cost no additional money. Alright, so the first thing I'm outsourcing this year is cleaning by hiring a cleaner. Now, hear me out on this. I know that may sound foreign for many of you, or something that just may be out of reach in the current season you are in, and I get it, and I have been there before. However, for me, cleaning is one of those tasks that takes up so much of my time, but it has to get done. And fortunately, in this season, the Lord revealed to me some extra funds that I could use towards a cleaner, because certain cleaning tasks were taken away from things He was calling me to do. So I had to determine what was more important for me in this season, money or time, because they are both a currency. And perhaps you're like, girl, I hear what you're saying, but I can't afford a cleaner right now. I get it. But there's still ways you may be able to save time when it comes to cleaning. For example, when my daughter became of proper age, we would rotate certain cleaning tasks, such as cleaning our shared bathroom. While this wasn't a total solution, it did provide some relief. Alright, so the second thing I'm outsourcing this year is cleaning my vehicle by hiring someone else to do it. Now, this one hits home for me because as a nurse, I work out in the community and my car is basically my office, so it can get really messy. Not to mention, with all the in and out traffic from my family, sometimes I dread even looking in the back seat. But maybe this isn't something that is important for you. And if not, use it as motivation to examine if there are any tasks in your life that you can be outsourcing, whether big or small. However, for me, having to clean out my car over and over again is just something I'm tired of doing, to be honest. And it may not seem like a big deal to some, but when you're already stretched in so many other directions, this one small thing can feel like a ton. So knowing that someone is coming once a month to do the heavy lifting for me is one less thing that I have to worry about, and also frees up time for me to do other productive things. Now, this third thing is not technically outsourcing, but it sure is saving me a lot of time, and some of you may think I've been living under a rock, but it is using the dishwasher. And I'm almost embarrassed to admit that I am in my 30s and have just started using the dishwasher. I do believe it had a lot to do with how I was raised and misconceptions that I had about the dishwasher. And since I have started using this dishwasher, I have not looked back. I am able to save so much time by letting the dishwasher do most of the work. But perhaps you didn't live under a rock like me, and you've been using your dishwasher. Maybe examine your household and see what other electronics or gadgets you could be utilizing that are right in your very own household. And I would also say to remain grateful for these things. Sometimes we can get so used to things that we forget what life would be like without them. Maybe you've come this far in the video and you're like, I don't need or can't afford anything she's mentioned. Perhaps changing your mindset to see that there are things that you are already using in your life that are saving you time. For example, think of how much time you are saving by having that washer and dryer. I don't even want to imagine the amount of time it would take to hand wash my own clothes. And so the final thing that I am outsourcing this year to save time is my grocery shopping by doing pickup orders. As someone who does monthly grocery shopping, the amount of time spent in stores can add up. Not to mention, if you go at the wrong time, the large crowds can make that process even longer. So doing grocery pickup orders has been a great way to save time, and most stores do not charge extra for this service. So instead of walking from aisle to aisle and being tempted to buy items that are not on my grocery list, having someone bring those items to my vehicle and even put them in the trunk has saved a lot of time. Now, there are still times when I go in the store, but it's usually for smaller items such as produce or if I need something last minute. And maybe you don't want to give up your grocery shopping. I get it. But even simply making a grocery list before you go in the store will save you so much time because you will know exactly what you are going in the store for and not walk around aimlessly. And so, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I encourage you to think of at least one thing in your life that you could outsource this year to save you time and take the heavy load off. It doesn't have to be fancy or expensive. Comment down below and let us know something that you are currently or plan to outsource this year so that we can all encourage each other. Alright, so I really hope you all enjoyed this first video of the Proverbs 31 series. I love you all so much. God bless. Bye!